Welcome back to GFXRhino. Today I'm going to be showing you how to add gloss to your Roblox GFX inside of Blender. This is going to be a pretty quick tutorial because it's only a few little things you have to mess around with. You don't need any plugins, anything at all. I'm using the Rhino Rig V2, which is our newest product in the GFXRhino.com store as of recording. It's a super awesome Roblox rig for Blender. You can see I have it set up here. I also am using a Lightroom from the Rhino Lightrooms pack, which I'll also link down in the description below, as well as the Rhino Rig V2. And if I just go into the render preview mode right here, you can see, sorry for the lag by the way, you can see that there's a bit of lighting set up, so it looks pretty nice. This works on like every rig, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously I'm using the Rhino Rig V2, but yeah, you can use whatever rig you like, whatever Lightroom you'd like. You can not even use a Lightroom, you can use an HDRI instead. In fact, an HDRI might even just look nicer. Here is how to add glossiness for your Roblox GFX. Let's dive right in. So you want to go ahead and select any of his body parts. On some rigs you can't actually select his body parts, but if you can't, you can go and open up the rig. It might be in different locations, it might be under mesh, a mesh collection, it might be, you know, somewhere else. But for the Rhino rig, you can just open up the armature and select any of his body parts, or you can just simply, you know, click on them in the viewport here. But for some rigs you do have to open up the armature or find the mesh of the rig somewhere else. But you just want to click on the head. You should be able to click on the head for most rigs, and you want to go up to here where it resizes right here, so where it turns to the resize thing, right click and then click horizontal split to split it down just like that. And then you're going to go up to this little thing here and change it to shader editor, or just click shift F3, and you'll get this little shader editor. So this right here, it should look pretty similar to what I have depending on what rig you use, but there should just be the texture of your character that you should have already connected up. But these three are the ones we're going to be looking at today. So there's roughness, which as you can see, as I turn it down, it already does start to add a bit of reflectiveness. So you could literally, if I go into render preview, you can see you could pretty much be done here and wrapped up. But there's a few other little things I want to show you, especially mainly the IOR. You can increase it, and you can see it kind of increases, I'm not sure exactly, I guess it increases the reflectiveness. Yeah, I guess it sort of does. So you can decrease it if you don't want as much gloss, but the default is 1.5. But that's not it. There's also the metallic setting up here, which is another setting, which if I go ahead and increase this, you can see that it makes the rig much more metallic, obviously. So you can see the head now, it just looks bronze. I don't really like using metallic for doing gloss, but for some, I've definitely seen some different GFXs that have the metallic, it's using the metallic for the gloss. So yeah, you can do that if you want that type of look, but I prefer just using the IOR and turning the roughness down. So you just kind of need to play around with those settings. I'm going to go back into material preview here just so it's not as laggy. You can still see there's a bit of reflectiveness. Now, by the way, you might not want reflectiveness on the clothes, so if you want to remove the reflectiveness from the clothes, you want to go onto any of the body parts where you want to remove the reflectiveness, and you want to, up in your little shader editor, you want to click the number right here. This is the amount of meshes that use this texture. So if I just click that, it makes it into a brand new texture where you can then go ahead and select all of your other body parts, then select the one that we just, did I just select the back? No, I wasn't meant to select that. Then select the one that you just made the new texture on, and then you can click Control L and then go to link materials, and then you'll see here that if I click on any of these, you can see it's linked to 5 different materials. That's because all the different clothes, there's obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different meshes that now use that texture, where you can then increase the roughness, and I'm going to set the IRR back to 1.5. And now if we go into render preview, you can see that only the head is glossy, so that might be something you might want to do. You can also, you'd also probably want to make the accessories glossy, so it's the exact same thing, just up in your little shader editor. You can decrease the roughness, increase the IOR just like this, increase the metallic if you'd like. I want to see what that looks like actually. I mean, metallic on like here doesn't look too bad, just because the hair is black, so it doesn't really, you know, do too much. Now obviously it does look a bit messy. That's because obviously it's reflecting the lights right here. If I just delete that light, well, it actually doesn't work because this is material preview, but if I delete that light, you can see that all the white goes. That's because obviously it's reflecting the light. So just use different HDRIs. You might need to mess around with not just the reflective settings, so not just these settings here, but also the light settings. You might want to decrease the you know, strength of some of the lights, or if you're using an HDRI, you can decrease the brightness of an HDRI and all of that sort of stuff. So it's really just something you have to mess around with to get the perfect results. On screen right now, I'll show you the final result I had. It'll also be in the thumbnail, and I'll put all of the settings I used in the end. So if you want to copy these settings for the different like roughness and IR and metallic and all of that stuff, you can copy those. But yes, that is the final render. It looks very, very nice. Adding a bit of gloss to any sort of just rig renders, even just adding the gloss to, like, if you wanted to make some military guy that was sweaty or something, you can add a bit of gloss to just his head. And maybe if you want someone to be wet, obviously you'd make their clothes wet, even their head wet, just by, you know, messing around with the glossiness, because obviously water and stuff makes you a bit more reflective, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Make sure to join the Discord server, link in the description below. We're almost at 100 members where we're doing a big Robux giveaway. I don't know how much yet, because I don't really know how much is a big amount of Robux, but go ahead and join the Discord server. We also got GFX support in there, so if you have any problems with your GFX, we can help you out. Link in the description below. Also check out gfxrhino.com/products for all of our newest and greatest GFX products for completely free. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.